Oh yes, A Tribe Called Quest. We got it from here. Thank you for your service. A Tribe Called Quest, one of hip-hop's most influential and essential trios. They played a huge part in opening up the floodgates for this jazz rap thing that's been happening. Don't know if you've heard about it. The Low End Theory is considered an essential for hip-hop, and now that De La Soul have come through finally with another comeback, it seemed like it was time for A Tribe Called Quest to do the same. However, this album comes after the passing of Phife Dawg, one of the, well, of course he's a key member. It's trio. And this album seems to really channel his influence and his, just his influence on Q-Tip. You know, you've got tracks dedicated to him, like the final track, The Donald, which is not a track dedicated to Donald Trump. That would be the track We the People, which is a very political track, just kind of mimicking the rhetoric that Donald Trump speaks, or rather the people who he empowers.
All you black folks, you must go. All of you Mexicans, you must go.
And of course, these aren't the only issues that A Tribe Called Quest cover on this album. Of course, A Tribe Called Quest are notorious for being a group that promotes in their music a lot of peace and tolerance. You know, there's just a lot of social issues brought up on here. Actually, I thought this was a really cool one. This isn't necessarily a social issue thing, but the track This Generation was not, as I expected, a track dedicated to just slamming the new generation, but actually praising a new generation of rappers. The new generation of rappers who they see have a lot of potential, who they see could have a lot of influence. We've got the track The Killing Season, which is dedicated to... I feel it's a lot deeper than this, but there's definitely an element of the military in these lyrics, kind of referring to the mistreatment of army soldiers and veterans. The hook, sung by Kanye West, which is an interesting move. The repetition of the line, they soldier, soldier, soldier. A play on words when you look into it. It's not just saying they soldier, soldier, soldier. If you listen, you can pick out they sold your soul, or they sold ya, or soldier. So there's quite a few layers there of wordplay, and they all just relate to the song's topic as a whole. There's also another track dedicated to Phife Dawg called Lost Somebody, a track where Q-Tip basically just dedicates all his verses to Phife Dawg. They grew up together, they performed together as rappers, and how they did have their disagreements, and this eventually led to the breakup of A Tribe Called Quest, and then how eventually they had to kind of just settle their differences and just come back to make good music. And although Phife Dawg passed away before this album was released, he still has verses on here that were probably recorded beforehand. I thought the track Ego was pretty cool. It was just a track about the ego, basically. It's pretty self-explanatory. But also talks about the two sides of ego, how it can have a positive influence, kind of empower you, drive you to achieve the great achievements you want to, as well as how it can betray you, kind of make you look like a right dick. So there are just plenty of tracks on here that just absolutely wowed me. I can't go into all of them possibly in this one video, but just know that I absolutely love this album. I was expecting at least a decent album from A Tribe Called Quest with their comeback record, but it turns out it just surpassed my expectations. I forgot to mention this album is their final album, so to end on this note is an absolute, just a wowzer, if you could call it that. Something that will just wow you, with a lot of very politically and socially aware songs, with great beats. I forgot to mention the beats as well. There's some amazing beats on this record. Some great guest features from Anderson .Paak, Kendrick Lamar, even a guitar riff from Jack White. Yeah, I just have no other words to describe this album other than flippin' fantastic. This new album from A Tribe Called Quest is getting a 9 out of 10.